Welcome. Hi. How are you? I'm Cafecito. You're standing in my kitchen now with me. I'm going to make you a Cuban sandwich. I roast the Cuban pork, Cuban marinated pork. Every day to 2 days now. And what we do is myself and my employees will portion it out in these little bags, and that's what I'm holding here with me. It's already marinated in the Cuban mojo, a variation of a mojo. And then I use a different mojo, as I'll show you now, to give it a quick basting. You know, one thing to me, as far as like what makes a good Cuban sandwich, is having everything heated throughout. The pork, the ham, the cheese melted, the mustard, and the pickles. All the juices come together with the mojo. The mojo is most important. People are like, you're eating Cuban pork, it's very good, or it's very dry, or it's not juicy. I don't taste the marinade. You're going to taste the marinade, obviously, if you eat this on its own. But if I give a nice fresh base, it's like eating something, obviously, the flavors come more. Your palate appreciates it more, you know? So this is what I do. I do a quick little baste. So simple, you know what I mean? That's my beautiful pork. Okay? And then it's just this simple. A little bit of mojo. And that mojo's got the garlic, it's got the cumin, it's got the naranja agria, which is the sour orange, tropical fruit. It's got, I don't know if I said cumin, oregano, lime, lemon, but the balance, my friend, is what it's all about. How much of what I'm using, and so far so good. So far so good. That's it. That's what I do. That's how easy that is. Just a fresh base, you know, which I think, well, at least so far, my guests appreciate, you know. Anyway, you got the beautiful pork, okay? Now that's nice, and it's tender, it's pork shoulder, and it's obviously got flavor from the fresh base. Virginia ham, very important. Don't ever go cheap on the ham. You go cheap on the ham, and that's what you're gonna lose it, because some people will make a good pork, and then their ham will be not a very good quality, and it takes away from it, you know? Pickles, obviously, a good dill pickle, okay? And the Swiss, you know? And I just do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and then mustard. Now, portion control is so important, and I think I got it down, but you want to have mustard. You don't want to have like 2 pickles, you know, or like a couple dollops of mustard. The worst thing is not having 1 pickle or searching for a pickle or not knowing where the cheese is or not tasting a mustard, because it's about the flavor. You can use olive oil, you can use butter, you don't have to use anything. I put a dollop of just a little extra virgin, and then you press, you know, and it's all about the perfect press. You give it a little pressure, you know what I mean? This to me is the most beautiful picture of the sandwich coming together. It's something I dreamed about doing, and now I'm finally doing it. And it sounds silly, but just seeing the juices come together. I let it sit for a second, okay? And then I'll come back to it and press it even a little bit more, just to get it a little bit more flat, you know? Having the plancha at a high temperature can be fine at lunch when you're making a bunch, but when it's moderate, you want to be able to control it, temperature. If you burn the bread, if it becomes too hard, if it's not crisp enough, you want it to be flaky. You want to, you know, like flake away as you're biting into it. You want that crunch, but you want it to be soft. You want it to be moist still, not dry. All right. All right. The sound, it's crazy. The sound, you go for the sound, the texture, the cheese, everything. You just hope that throughout the inside, it's all done. I was just saying, I try to make things as perfectly looking as I can, but I've learned in life that there's no such thing as perfection, and people enjoy the imperfections. They fall in love with the imperfections, not the perfections. So maybe we'll fall in love with something imperfect here and come back for it. The traditional sandwich is always cut at an angle, okay? Almost like a triangle. That way it fits right into your mouth. I know it sounds funny. But it's an easy way to go ahead and start. Bocadito, whatever you want to call it. It goes right in, there's no effort. It's a great way to start. And then I roll it in butcher paper, which I think is a nice touch. Because your butcher paper is your plate, you know? So you could go anywhere, whether it's my table, whether it's a park bench, whether it's your car, and you have a Cuban. So far so good.
Looks perfect to me.
The ham.